Hey now. Well, it is another beautiful and rainy day. You can see all that fog. I have to tell you something. It's been raining at least 10 days, maybe more. My backyard flooded the other day. I had riverfront property. It's been raining so much. And we're beginning to think the sun is just a myth. Sun, where are you? My tomatoes are saying we need the sun, and we need it to be a little warmer too. So, like this, but hey, by the way, that's where all this greenness comes from. We live in the Berkshires in Massachusetts, and the famous saying about, I think actually all of Massachusetts, I don't recall who said it. Could have been Emerson or Thoreau or Dan Merson. If you don't like the weather, wait a minute. Of course, they say that about a lot of places. But we've been waiting a minute and it hasn't changed. But so that's, all this water does help it to be very green. And I will say that before the rain started, it was actually pretty dry. And if you check back some of these videos, you could see that some of those streams we were walking through weren't even streams. But anyhow, just want to share that with you. Hey, another thing, I just realized, see this? Hand is holding my walking sticks, and we have the leash rigged up, my little leash riggy thing here for when she's ahead. Yes, I let her get ahead. I let her get ahead. Nothing better than sniffing. But who's holding the camera? And how is that happening? So it's just a gratuitous mention about our walking belt. Check out the Zen Hipster walking belt. It lets you do this kind of thing. You don't, it lets you relax when you're walking your dog. Oh, imagine that. So many problems are caused by people holding too tight. They're like, oh, my dog pulls and it's good. And so they grab that leash and a walking belt, which is basically, there you go. That's a carabiner that I've attached to the belt. It's a belt. You don't put it through the loops of your pants. You just attach your leash to it. You could slip your leash on it. I gotta tell you, it changes the whole physics of walking. And people are worried if the dog is gonna, pull them over. Well, the dog can pull you over much easier when you're holding onto the leash. Just saying, because you're essentially, it's your shoulder. The dog is pulling you from your highest point. And you're also all stressed out, holding the leash so tight and needing to pull on it. And the pulling and the yanking, you get this weird ass relationship with your dog. Like, I need to exert my control and have the leash in my hand and boink, boink, boink. I'm going to pull on that thing. So the walking belt allows you to relax a little bit, at least. It ensures your dog isn't going to actually pull you over. And if you have back and shoulder issues or hand issues, it's fantastic. And also, your arms are not a good bellwether for where you want your dog to go. Trying to hold that leash and direct your dog with this spindly aperture coming off your body is really not telling your dog what to do. It's not giving your dog the energy. It's this weak little arm thing. Even if you're Arnold Schwarzenegger, it's this weak little arm thing. Of course, Arnold Schwarzenegger walks. He has I think he has a mini donkey and a mini pony that live in his house with him. Don't want to get kicked by one of those. I wouldn't want to get kicked by Arnold Schwarzenegger either. But the point here is that when your body is saying we're going in this direction, it's really going in this direction. I should probably do a more official video about this. I mean, your arms are like a head fake. And if you're playing sports, your arms aren't actually going in the direction you want to go. They're sort of waving all around here. But your body, your torso, is pretty solid. And if you're heading in a certain direction, it carries a lot of weight with it, no matter how light you are. And in fact, that's why this is great for even lighter people, smaller people, because they don't have much weight, and it allows, and strength, especially compared to a small creature that's down on the ground, pulling with 4 feet and a low center of gravity. So, all right, I've didn't mean for this to become a pitch for a walking belt, but it is, and it's a pitch for beautiful greenness, and it is a pitch. I don't want to jinx it. It's a pitch for some sun. Well, I'll show you sun. Here's 120 degrees worth of it every day. Now what do your tomatoes think, Mr. Merson? That was the sun talking to me, just in case you didn't get the show notes. Alrighty. Ooh, by the way, soon. Now this is already, these are raspberries or black tops. I can't actually call them blackberries. You can call them, they could be black raspberries. There are actually, we had some the other day in another location. They were already red and beautiful. Red and beautiful. Like a book when you're done with it. It's red and beautiful. Alright, I'll see you all later.